So in today's video, we are doing the Planetary Destruction mission for the brand new Legendary Super Saiyan Brawly Challenge event for the Worldwide Celebration 2024, Stage 1. Just want to preface Stage 1 just in case they release more stages on this, and I assume they will for every single part, depending on the specific Brawly that we are dealing. So Planetary Destruction is very, very interesting. The strategy is very, very interesting, and there's actually some moments where it gets really close to failure. But essentially, we gotta avoid using Super Saiyan Goku. That makes sense. There's no Super Saiyan Goku in Planetary Destruction anyway, and that will avoid the buff on the Brawly. We still want to use Paragus in any sort of way for that amazing debuff. And unfortunately for Paragus, he's not in Planetary Destruction. We need 6 Planetary Destruction units on the team in order to actually complete the mission. And so that doesn't include the friend. So it needs to be your whole main team. And so the only spot that Paragus can fit in is actually the friend leader, which is what we are doing. We're using Paragus as the friend leader, and then the rest being in the Planetary Destruction. Now, Paragus is not the best leader in the entire world. He's a free-to-play unit to start off things, but his categories that he leads is not Planetary Destruction. It is pure Saiyans, and it's like 50%. So yeah, a lot of these characters that we are looking at here are not even under the leader skill. And especially for Beerus, he is not even near, but he's the only super unit. So we're running him as the leader because he is actually the Planetary Destruction leader, which is great at the very least. It's a decent leader skill for our Planetary Destruction units. And because we can lower the attack on Brawly, that is the main strategy, bringing as many lowering attack units as possible. So we got Tech Turles, who lowers attack passively by 20%. We got the Tech Cooler, which lowers attack on SA. I just brought Kid Buu. It makes the run a little bit faster. We're turn 41. I started the run very, very late, or the recording, because this was a very long run. And so just wanted to record midway, because it's pretty, once you get the gist of it, it's pretty simple. Paragus in here, we brought the Int Freezer. I like using Int Freezer here because he actually gets a decent stat once built up, enough to tank the AoE, but also you can seek super attack, so you can change your rotations around depending on the situation. And then we have the STR Turles, who I haven't used in quite some time, but he has a attack lowering passive as well, which is really nice. And Beerus also lowers attack, so it was a nice addition to the team. And so this was the rotation I was running to get this done. You do need to be careful in the rotations, because STR Turles still takes damage. If you don't get Beerus orbs, he still takes damage, because he needs to rely on orbs to get damage reduction. And who else takes damage? I think Kid Buu, pre-super, may actually still take some damage, depending on how much lowering attack you've done. And I actually got to a point where I was like, under 30% HP, which is when you use your Whis to make sure you do get that heal out. The only person that really heals us really good is the Tech Cooler. So throughout the battle, I was like, okay, I need to sort these orbs out to get the... there you go, see that? I think Beerus took like 95,000 there. Get orbs for Cooler, so then he will get us the most amount of heals, because his defense is... he got an infinite stack. So he will, as you can see, get us a majority of our health back, depending on how many tech orbs we get, because he's reaching roughly around 1 million defense at this point, which is very, very helpful, since we don't have any other ways of healing most of the time. I wish I did bring another stacker, maybe instead of the freezer. Like, there was still AGL Cooler, but I don't know if it was really worth to bring him when it first started. So I'm already this far into the battle. It's pretty cool, though, that we get to, for once, this is technically, we're using to actually beat something like a friend unit that is, it's been so long, where it's free to play. Like, I feel like the last time, outside of the support memory event, like the Legendary Goku event where I used like STR Vegeta, it's been that long, I feel like, since we had a double free to play leader. And that's just... yeah, I actually like this event now. Like, I like the mechanic of specific characters buffing and specific characters debuffing. It just makes it interesting ways of, like, taking advantage of that. Like, we found with this Paragus being the friend unit and then able to complete the Planetary Destruction mission. Because without the Paragus debuff, there's just no way I can do this. Like, we need that regardless of, like, even if we're not, like, bringing Goku to buff him up, like, just him at his normal state is just insanely strong. Like, 1,000,000 damage AoE is just too much for free-to-play units to deal with, unless they were all tech units stacking, but then Ints probably would have cooked us. So we're about 2 bars left, turn 48, which is insane. Yeah, as you can tell, it is in 2x speed. Don't want to bore you too much, but just wanted to make sure that I showed you guys the whole entire run, as much run as possible that when I started recording. Sometimes we don't get the super, that's just how it is when it comes to running only one leader skill. I kept Paragus and Beerus together. Paragus just being a tech unit is just good enough, and he lowers attack, and he has built-in critical, which we sometimes take. And then Beerus is just lowering attack as well. Most of our floater units are just units either type disadvantage like Turles, or they don't lower attack, which is Kid Buu as well as the Frieza. Well, the rest are always lowering attack, which is very, very important to have a constant cycle of lowering attack units. Here comes where the super attack, it doesn't really matter too much, the seeking at this point, once everything's like settled. But it was really helpful when it came to the first phase. The first phase is definitely the most difficult. We're running so many tech units. One super attack can still actually do a lot of damage, especially when you're running a free-to-play team that is 238,000 HP. So being able to know where the super attack is and knowing who to tank is very good. I did use the taunt ability on Beerus on the first phase as well, just for more survivability. It took like 15 turns to take out the Int phase. So as you saw, the AoE still does some decent damage, but as you see, I am always prepared with those tech orbs to make sure we get our health back to full. I believe at any point in time, Broly cannot kill us as long as our HP is full, no matter what. As long as we are super attacking with our lowering attack units, it's impossible for us to die. However, if we don't heal up, and it starts to stack up the amount of damage that he does, then it gets to that point. So always want to make sure that there's always a green orb to grab, at least one green orb to grab. And also, we also got to mention about Beerus. We always got to have at least like 5 orbs gathered with him, not only for that damage reduction, but trying to get his 18 key as well for that lowering attack, which is pretty much guaranteed once fully built up, so it doesn't really matter too much. So 1 bar remaining right here. And with the double Turles rotation, it is a lot of lowering attack. I still think, though, STR Turles does take damage, but he's got a lot of dodge. So there's some moments where, yeah, he just doesn't take any damage, which is really good. He really needs to EZA, I think. He needed to EZA straight away, actually, low-key, the way that he was built. Especially with the LR STR Turles that he EZA'd, so, I mean, we should have gotten the free-to-play one. 1 more bar to go. It does suck that keeping Kid Buu floated, because he's literally our strongest unit, even though you can see him only getting 4 mil attack stat right there, but he's got, like, good crit chance and everything. But I think we get this done before turn 60. It's just slow and steady wins the race. 7,000 damage to the Frieza. Just small chip damage. Got decent orbs for the Beerus. And we are also going to be getting a Dokkan mode very, very soon. Probably on, actually, turn 60 flat, I think. I don't think I get it next turn. But we are doing some decent damage. I think we actually could kill next turn, actually. AoE and the STR Turles is the dodging goat, apparently. when it comes to that super. Here, Kid Buu has big bad bosses, which helps him out quite a bit. I did make the mistake all the time of super attacking with Tech Cooler. He's definitely the weakest of the bunch. Tolus is really good to do the Dokkan mode if you're trying to copy the strategy, because he does get both leader skills, so he's at like 3.3 there. And with the double super, he gets the job done. And that is the 6 Planetary Destruction mission done with a free-to-play team. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Took us almost an hour to complete. But if you guys did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on. I'll see you guys in the next video as always. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay fizzy. Peace.